Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we got for Monster Hunter Rise on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC. And that's the fact that Capcom went ahead and revealed that we now have a brand new patch, version 3.9.1, available into the game. Now this patch is available on both the Nintendo Switch and of course on PC as well. So all you need to do on the Switch is go ahead and update your system and you should be ready to go. And I believe Steam automatically updates whenever you reboot your game or like boot up Steam. So you should have that ready to go as well. Now, according to the official blog updates, as we go over every single time there's a brand new patch, they always like to mention that in order for you to be able to play online, you need to go ahead and update the game. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to play online with other people. You're going to just be relegated to having to play single player. As other people upgrade, you simply are locked out from the online experience. And of course, you need an internet connection for that to be able to be the case. For local multiplayer, that is not the case. So they always mention that, but it is what it is. The patch is available right now, so do keep that in mind. They also mention in the main edition changes that there's new event quests that will be available every single week. They always mention this every single time. I don't necessarily understand the meaning of it or the reasoning behind it, as we already know pretty much since the game already launched back in like March of last year. Every single week we received event quest. They just like to mention that we're getting new content, so I guess it's all good in their side. They do also mention that there's new DLC purchasable on the eShop, but I looked into it just now and there is nothing new there. We did get a brand new wave of DLC on patch 3.0, which was at the end of the month, and that is kind of like last month, I should say. And that is the thing that I do find fascinating about this brand new patch, which is being dropped pretty much in early March. Usually patches are reserved for the last week of the month. So like I mentioned, just like a week or two ago, we went over a patch that was pretty much the 3.0 patch, and now we're getting 3.1, which is very early on into the month. We don't necessarily know why they decided to do that, but when you look at the bug fixes and miscellaneous notes, we do get to see pretty much one thing being mentioned here, and it says they fixed a bug where there was no defense bonus for the Switch Axe Defender weapon. Now, if you've known my channel and you've been following me for a while, you know that about 5 days ago, I went over a video talking about there was a weapon glitch. We talked about the Defender weapon for the Switch Axe having basically missing the defense that was supposed to be there. They now went ahead and they fixed that specifically. So as to why they decided to call this a patch instead of a hotfix, it is beyond my understanding. I don't quite get it. Usually these are reserved for hotfixes. For example, on PC, the game launched and there was having issues with like mouses and keyboards and recognizing peripherals, and then there was other issues with connections and online. They went ahead and they dropped a hotfix for that and for something else as well right after that, and they did two specific hotfixes for the PC release of Monster Hunter Rise. So they didn't necessarily have to call those patches or anything along those lines. They just were direct hotfixes, and that was that. But this one specifically is being called the patch, and all we're seeing here is the addition of the Defender bonus, defense for the Defender weapon Switch Axe. So I don't quite get it, but that is what they're simply addressing, nothing else. When it comes to the miscellaneous section, they talk about various text bug fixes, which of course is just one of those additional things that they always mention, and other miscellaneous bug fixes have been made. But as we just went over, there's just one real clear change this time around. But with that said, at the very least, both the Nintendo Switch and PC have now this patch, so you're not necessarily going to be missing out. You should be ready to go as soon as you upgrade. That's pretty much it. If you're still using that weapon and you're a Switch Axe user, now you should be ready to go to use it. But I don't think this is really going to be, a thing for everyone else. It's just not really a thing you should be too concerned with. It's not addressing anything you haven't already necessarily seen before. But that's about all the information that I wanted to go over. If you are brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications whenever videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.